Alright, so this is a preview of some of the stuff I'm working on for 0.76. So if we open up the menu, we go over to the forest, mountain, swamp. Alright, so we got these three enemies right here. First one I want to check out is this octomouth dude. Oof. He's mean. Alright, so what he does is he shoots fireballs till you hit him. There. He goes underwater for a while. And he pops back up. Get this whole underwater element going on. Alright, so now this phase 2 is a little angrier now. So you see every time you hit him, he goes underwater. That's to prevent those spam attacks. There we go. So he's dead. He just sorts right there. So this, we would have some water here. We'd have like, normally it would probably look something like this. You know, and we would have like water, we would be fighting him in or whatever. But the problem is we would be swimming in that water and it's hard to fight him while that's going on. So if we create another one, kind of check it out real quick. Put him in the water. He functions the same. And then he'll move along in the water. So, ooh, I don't want to do that. Get some more water. These things. Hey, stop that. Hurts, man, that hurts. Alright. Just finish up this shoreline too. Alright, so and then you see if we go out there and actually go into the water, there's not much we can really do. In their domain, like, they're very strong. So you kind of have to fight them like from land. But anyway, let's go check out this pool real quick. So we have this pool that we can swim in, really just for testing purposes. So the next boss I'm going to show you is, bring back my swamp. There we go. There's Octahead. So Octahead's cool. So he made a little tentacle. As soon as he goes underwater, when he pops back up, he creates a tentacle. So because he started off in water, he went underwater and created a tentacle. If I created him on land, he wouldn't create a tentacle. So what's cool about him is you hit him, and every time he goes underwater, he creates a new tentacle. And these tentacles will chase you around. Like way outside of the realm of this thing. Oh, I gotta switch back into object mode. There we go. Hey, get away from me. It hurts. Alright, so let me get rid of these walls real quick. And then we can deal with these tentacles a little bit better. I'll get rid of these stumps too. Okay. So, you see if I get close, they start tracking me again. if I hop into the water, I'm basically useless against this guy. I mean, he's not going to bite me or anything, but I can go into water and hide from him. But as soon as I'm above water again, it's like they're just chasing me. So I can hide, kind of swim away, but they'll eat me alive if I let them get close, you know. Okay, so let's get rid of all these water objects real quick. So I don't have to fight them on the water anymore. Okay. So. And I'll just turn on input real quick so you guys can see what is going on. There's input. Debug too. See what's kind of happening over here. So we have 5 actors currently. Those 3 tentacles, the boss, and then the hero. So you see every time he goes underwater, that number's going to increase from 5 to 6 over here. 5, 6. So he spawns a new tentacle. And pretty soon they'll start to stack up, and it gets kind of difficult. Alright, so he's smoking now, which means he's at half health. Now he's got all these tentacles to deal with. Starts to get a little crazy towards the end. You see, like when he dies, all those tentacles disappear too. So, for future challenges, like inside of the Coliseum and stuff, where all the enemies have to die, that end condition fulfills the Coliseum requirements, so that challenges would continue to function. If he didn't destroy all the tentacles, then you'd have to sit there and you'd have to fight all the tentacles, and that would take forever. Really don't want that. Let's turn that debug off. Okay. So back over here inside of the editor menu. Yeah, I think that's all for the swamp right now. What's really cool is that if you look at the entrance to the swamp, and then you look at like the actual enemies inside of it, the tentacles over here pretty much match what the boss spawns. So I'm telling you visually, like before you even come into the swamp, like, hey, this is the boss you're going to be fighting. So I'm pretty happy with how this is all coming together right now. The next step is really setting up the swamp like level prior to entering the dungeon, and that'll be the next like week's worth of commits. Yeah, but everything's coming together pretty well, and I'm really happy and excited about it. There's some other things I'll show you real quick. If we just exit out. Oh, I guess not. Hold on. I'll go load again. If we run over to the mountain dungeon real quick, there's a couple little changes just regarding how climbing works. You can kind of do this along walls now. You can kind of dash into the wall a little bit and kind of up it, but it still pushes you out of it. It leads to this really cool state where normally you can just walk up to a wall and climb up to it and then drop if you want. And let me turn on the input again so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If you see in the upper left hand corner, if I'm dashing just up into the wall, I can almost reach that foothold up there. If I keep dashing and then press A, I can actually get up there and grab it. So it's like a kind of an advanced technique. Otherwise you couldn't get there. Like you can't just spam A trying to climb up that foothold. You kind of have to dash. Yeah, and grab it just right. So it lets you get all the way up here, and then this is set up now to be much more secure. It doesn't push you off the wall because the cave is now a blocking object. So this feels a lot better to me. And you walk up to the edge and it'll just take the light off as normal. So that's an improvement. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much. We've got the swamp level set up, but it's really empty, and the map has kind of been updated here too. So in previous versions, this was kind of like a desert area, maybe like a tropical area. I don't know where I was going with this, but this is a swamp now with these weird little textured things on it. And if we go into the level, it's just an entrance to the swamp level. Inside the swamp level, you know, or the swamp dungeon, the walls look a little different, and it's still based on the same dungeon algorithm as the other dungeons. So if you see, it has about the same size and complexity as the mountain dungeon. That'll change because the swamp dungeon is going to be, it's going to have multiple levels of water throughout it, and it's going to have a critical path towards its own like lever to modify the water levels, and then the critical path towards the key will require that the water levels be modified. So in order to progress in the dungeon, you first have to find the water lever, and you have to activate that, and then you have to get the key, and then you have to go to the boss room. So if you find the key before you activate the lever, you're not going to be able to actually get it. So that adds another layer of complexity to this dungeon. So I'm probably going to reduce the complexity of the rooms. So I'm going to make this simpler, because there's going to be another critical path here. There'll be like an L, like over here, or like over here or something. So you'll have to go from the exit room to the lever, then to the key, then to the hub, then to the boss. But you'll actually have to go to the hub first to get the map, so you know where to go. So you go exit, hub, get the map, then down to the lever, and then to the key, and then back to the hub room, because it's the only way to connect to the boss room. So even though you can actually connect to the boss room by going around this way, but it's still, the critical path to the boss room is connected from the hub, so you have to pass through the hub route twice. That's going to come up in future versions. Alright, that's the end.